it'll take it, but be careful because anything you say from this point forward, people can hear you, most
Okay.
likely. Okay,
Well,
let me get myself together here. Let's see here. After looking at the goddess art. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, let me tag you.
let's see if
Yeah,
I
I
can.
can feel today's a very powerful day.
Oh, yes.
This is a very powerful collaboration, I feel. Okay, Kyaron. Okay, so you're tagged. So we're good there. Turn the sound down. Okay. Well, this is going to be special. I understand today is a very special day for a lot of reasons. I've got two of those. Those bottles. Those are cool.
Best.
Um, so today is I saw where today is the convergence of three different calendars: the Mayan calendar, the Gregorian calendar, and another calendar. I can't remember the name of it. It may have been the Julian. I don't know. That this day actually merges them all. And then I heard some other things too, and I also understood that today is the day that the three-eye atlas will be closest to the sun. So, having said that, let me welcome this beautiful sister, Kyaron Art, to Soulogy. Thank you for coming in and sharing space with us and honoring us with your presence. I know you've been meditating with your team for an hour in preparation at their guidance and direction. And I actually came on an hour ago thinking that yeah, I got mixed up because I get mixed up sometimes. Right now, a lot of the time zones are changing. And I came on and waited. I thought, oh, I think I'm early. So I did some work for about an hour and I received quite a few downloads and transmissions. But yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up late for us. And it's a pleasure to meet you. Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. It's an honor. I'm truly honored to be speaking with you today. And yeah, we have been preparing for 1 hour beforehand, our teams linked, because I knew that the day that I'm going to speak on your show is going to be a kind of reveal. I didn't know what it was. And I actually wrote um, 2 months ago or something. Suddenly, I was writing my book, and then I wrote and a sentence as if I would be speaking to my past self, as if we would have already spoken. And I think 2 or 3 days later, you wrote me to to invite me to the show. So then I knew that this moment was going to happen sooner than I expected. And yeah, it has everything is connected. It has definitely something to do that Three Eye Atlas is closest to the sun today, and it's the 30th of October here. It's still the 29th. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Um, but I think where you are is already the 30th, right?
No, 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 you're closer to the 30th than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
you're 9 o'clock and I'm 1 o'clock.
exactly. So for me, it's in about a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, some other stuff is happening as well in the skies that is uh, leading us to an event that has never, ever, ever in the existence of the dream happened. Yeah. And I was not aware of that until just recently. And today was just like a really magical day for me of so much confirmation of things that I was like kind of not, I knew, but I was not sure. And I didn't dare to talk about it and really share about what I receive, what I know. And today was like something opened up and was like, okay, let's go. And it had something to do with me connecting to my womb, like truly. I had kind of a womb awakening, and I dedicated this whatever wants to come through here today to the womb. So it's her speaking through me today. And yeah, let's see what happens.
Wow, that's quite an intro. Do you, do you feel that and you're welcome to go into anything you want to at any time, and we can, we can talk later, whatever you want to do, but my question is, do you feel that there is a relationship between the mother and, it's probably a dumb question, but between the mother and this three-eye atlas?
It's the best question ever.
Mm,
Because I'm currently writing a book, which is called Conversations with the Goddess.
mm,
And it is a book that is not really a book. It is really just the honest, kind of a diary of all of my diaries have always been, which was part of my human expression and pain and identification with my identity, and on the other side full of codes, full of activations, full of light language, and full of kind of breadcrumbs that I didn't really understand, or they didn't make like a whole picture. And it's kind of this way, only that after a couple of activations through written language, there comes a video that people need to look, and they go on a journey to have their own conversations with the goddess. And yeah, it's a really fun project that she has me doing. And while I was writing that book, I went into meditation, and Three-Eye Atlas came up, and I have been seeing things about it on the internet, that it is dangerous, that it's like Anunnaki, I don't know, whatever, soul harvesting, da da da. And I also heard good things about it. But I'm at a point right now where I like to explore myself, what answers I receive. And so I hooked in and had the most incredible experience that I did not expect. I received, like, I cannot really explain with human words how the information comes. It's like a remembrance, but it's really hard to explain. But long story short, I saw just the three eye. They showed me three eye, and then I saw immediately like Isis coming in like this with her wings open, Ishtar, and and Isis, Ishtar, and ah, what's the other one?
Horus?
No, I have it here. I would like to show you.
Hmm.
I just want to tell the story right. It was so here. Ichel. Ichel. This is the Mexican goddess of fertility. So the three eyes, the three energies of those three goddesses came suddenly and connected with me, and we formed kind of a kind of a geometric structure, and uh, and us four coming together kind of uh, let a fifth flower open, which was then the fifth E, which is Inanna. And then the message was that it connects everyone with their divine self. For me, it was this experience. And then they told me Atlas in reverse. So if you read from the back forwards, means salta, and salta in Spanish is jump. And I have been having this messages about jumping, and I have also a painting that has the word jump on it, and jump, 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 and dare to jump, dare to jump. So salt a means like jump to, and then they just said a, and then the name Barbara came, which is my first name. My name is Barbara Iris. And then triple A, deluxe battery. So when I asked what does that mean, it means that, they told me it means that you will go from a 1A battery to a triple A deluxe battery. So we will triple our light. We will triple everything that we have. It may it be the dark or may it be the
Oh,
light.
it could go
And
either way, huh?
yeah, exactly. So the
Really?
ones that have been doing the work and that have been there will experience. I am also for some days receiving solar flash, solar flash. So I think it's really an internal explosion, an internal rising of our internal sun star. Uh, Never better said, to remember that we are stars, that we are star particles, we are divine eternal beings. And it is no coincidence that today all calendars merge, because for some days I have been reclaiming back our organic time, our organic timeline, to go back from the man-made time, from the hijacked time matrix into the organic time, into the organic matrix of the mother, because matrix is not a bad thing to escape from. It is actually just we were hooked on a false matrix, a
Yeah.
false mother matrix. It was a distorted matrix.
The root of the word matrix actually means mother.
Exactly.
It means mother in Greek and womb in
Latin.
Hebrew, or something like that.
In
But
Latin. My,
let's go back to what you were saying though, because you said a lot, and I think there's a lot to be had for what you said. So I just want to make a couple of points and ask you a question.
yeah.
So first of all, everybody in the world seems to be having remote viewing or prophecy or prediction of Three Eye Atlas. And you're right. You're right. There's a stuff out there that it's full of Draco reptilians that are in stasis and they're going to invade the Earth, or it's going to bring the solar flash, or it's going to bring this, or it's going to bring that, or it's going to be a fake alien invasion, or whatever, right? But I really didn't. I thought that would be kind of a dumb question, but I don't know why I just had to ask it. But I do think it was a good question now because of the answer that you gave, and with the code or the transmission that you received. Okay,
Yeah.
now it speaks to the feminine. The triple A, there's three. The three eyes, there we go again. But what I really like about what you had to say is because everything I look at out there, people say, well, it's this way and that's the way it is. In fact, I can't wait till Three Eye Atlas leaves, so everybody that predicted stuff can eat some humble pie, because I don't think any of us really know. But my point is this: you said we are going to triple our power. And that feels right to me, because it feels like we're going to go through something where we're not even going to be able to recognize ourselves by the end of the year, as a couple of my colleagues have said through their own transmissions. But the other thing that you said, which is very interesting, and I think people should take it into account, that you could also triple your power. You're going to triple your power one way or the other. So you're either going to go deep dive into what we might call the multidimensional experience, or you're going to deep dive and further enter the 3D. I've really struggled with the whole thing about the two Earths and all that, but I'm starting to feel like it could really happen. I wish everybody would be on the same timeline, but I don't think that's the way this thing is designed because it is a polarity. So, anyway, my question to you, and thank you so much for sharing that, and anything else that you have to share, I welcome it. But in terms of the transmission that you've received, is there anything additional that you can tell us? And do you feel like that the transmission that you received was coming from the Mother Goddess frequency?
First of all, I want to say something before. Everything that the people are saying about Three Eye Atlas is true for them. And this is the reality they are going to experience. So it's like kind of, it depends on to what radio station you are tuned in and through what water lens you perceive the game. Yeah. Um, so I simply chose to create the most amazing version of that story. And that's what the Divine Mother does. She turn shit into gold. She's the prostitute and she is the virgin. She is both polarities in one. And I've been working with her for a long time. It started happening when it felt like my initiation to be a medicine woman or to be a guardian for the earth, a worker for the earth. I didn't choose it. It happened on my 30th birthday. It freaked me out where I was initiated by a shaman, and then suddenly all the shamans in the world started writing to me, and I saw the responsibility that it holds, and I said no, and I wasn't ready. But then she called me many, many years later and said that now it's time. And I had kind of integration of the elements. Kind of, I cannot really explain it. It was I connected with the fire, I connected with the water, and it kind of balanced in me or something. And then I made my first drum, and then everything started to unfold. And the relationship that I have with her, it became, I cannot really explain what it means or until up until now, but it is as though she would work through me, and on a multidimensional level. I cannot really explain it. And it took me a while to accept it because I have been dealing with very big planetary things, and that was really not easy sometimes. But I devoted myself to her, and yeah, so I feel that the Divine Mother is awakening in all of us right now, and that it is the Holy Spirit, it is the grace, it is everything, it is love, and we are that, and we are simply remembering that essence, which is she, and represents that she is love. So she's Ta'ami, love. That's the Divine Mother, and she is rising in me, and I think she's rising in all of us, and it will continue to happen more and more. And this is also the connection to the earth, that is going to become deeply more rooted in truth and in honest communion with the spirits of the plants, with the spirits of the land, honoring us as guardians of this place. And from that place, we're going to be constructing everything, because it's us that is going to construct everything. And yes, so it was in Mexico where she spoke to me very clearly and opened up to me that my destiny was to become a mother. I was infertile at that time, and that I was that I was destined to birth a dragon. And that time I was like, okay, I'm going nuts, totally nuts. And I kind of forgot about it. But I had some energetic births for a long time, and I never could really make any sense of it until I realized that I am here to birth the new, that I am a portal also for star seeds, and to bring them through simply through my portal. But it took me a long time to be able to talk about it or to
Yeah.
understand it. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me just help you out a little bit there. First of all, we had our friend on. She comes on once a month, Raylene from Australia, and she said that she just went to Japan and somewhere, Uluru, in the last month, working specifically in the same fashion, so to speak, that you are, with a team and so on. And one of the things she said was that, yeah, this exact same thing you said, and I appreciate it, is that everything that everyone's saying about Three Eye Atlas is true, and the way you explained it is perfect. The other thing to say is just to kind of bring people up to date if you haven't heard this before, and what I'm talking about. Now, anyone that's been involved in these communities for the last 10 plus years, since 2012, whatever, understands and knows that the vast majority of the makeup of like Soulogy is about 80%, 75% feminine, and the rest is masculine, right? And there's a reason for that, and we all know that. And so the other thing I want to point out is that we have a friend that comes on now twice a month, Alicia Brachet with the Cosmic Gateway. And she's been coming on for years. And a few years ago, she came out just like you. She was very hesitant to talk about this publicly, but she's been involved her whole life with these energetic births, with the gestating for energetic babies, basically. And she actually connected a lot of women all over the world. And then they started stepping up saying, yeah, I birthed twin dragons last year. I birthed this or I birthed that. So this is a very real thing. And even though in this particular consciousness of limitation that we've had, these things that are occurring in the energetic field that we're not always remembering here have been happening. And I believe those are the type of things that are going to start to come forward.
Yeah.
The third thing I want to say to you out of deep respect and humility is, in the work that I do, I've obviously most of the people that come on are women. It's probably like 70-30, just like in the group. And that's understandable. Many of them are practitioners. They're all very tapped in with the mother. And I have the highest respect in regard to them. What I see a little bit different in you, which I really appreciate, is your acknowledgement of both sides of the mother, to completely own the prostitute and to completely own the virgin. And some of this I picked up on your new painting that you had me look at while you were getting ready.
Yeah, I'm
And
going to show you.
yeah, and to me that says it all, because the mother is that deep sexuality. The mother is the dark feminine. The mother is the Glinda, the good witch of the north. She's everything. She's all of these things. And so I really find it refreshing that as a divine feminine, as a woman with this type of connection with the mother goddess, that you are bringing in all parts of the spectrum into the 0 point field, into our experience. So thank you very much for that. Please continue. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that's what a priestess does. That's what a high priestess does. The love energy can be used in various ways, and it is the most powerful energy. And love is sensual as well. So this is coming back as well, and we are allowing us to fully fall into this way of being that is natural to women. And this is awakening in me. And it's beautiful to see how, when I start to love myself and respect myself and value myself, and not listen to this voice that is trying to make me small, and I allow myself to be seen, and I allow myself to be seen fully, also in my flaws and in my humanness. And this was the most difficult thing for me, is to accept that I'm a human, that I'm here to have a simple human experience. This is the hardest thing to do. And I was trying all of my life to flee, to die, to go from here. I didn't want to be here. I had this deep, deep wound of missing my home, of not wanting to be here. And I always was sent back. I had various near-death experiences.
Yeah.
I always came back.
This is over the years since whatever 2016 or 17 when we started. This is something you hear a lot of. Many of the people that have come on this show over the years have talked about the same thing you're talking about, and I can relate too. So, you know, and that's another thing that I feel like that's kind of changing. It's kind of lifting. I know have still been, things are still speeding up, and there's more energy coming down and more solar flares and the 3I and all that other stuff. But I feel like that we're starting to stand our ground now, and we want to be here. We want to see this thing through. Does that resonate with you?
But we need to be here. We need to be here. That's the point. It was never about going anywhere. It was actually about going inwards and rooting ourselves deeply into the earth. And this is the process that stops reincarnation and connects you back to the womb of creation. And then this is when the circuit is broken and the Ankh comes in, the key of life. It's not necessary to suffer, and it's not necessary to wait. So for the change to happen, it's already happened. So we already did what we needed to do. The only thing is now we're executing everything that we created, that we already did. So we're going kind of backwards in time, and just executing automatically everything that we have already created. So we already won. That's good thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people try to explain it, and it happens in the energetic field first, and then it happens in the physical, and we just got to play it out now. But I think there's a lot to be said for what you're saying, in the sense that as we become more present, in particular, to own everything about this, like the masculine and the feminine, or the dark feminine and the highest angel of the feminine, and the same for the masculine, or whatever these polarities are in this duality. But as we do that, then it literally changes the past. You could say it that way. Like the
Exactly.
energetic field is the template, the physical field maybe hasn't quite followed it, but as we become more present and we integrate and 0 point truly do this stuff, which you can't bullshit the universe about. You can't bullshit Mother Nature, right? So, but that's the reality. Everything outside of us is us. Everything that's part of this is us. And this is time to walk the talk. And I feel like that this is the type of threshold or stargate that we're walking through now, but in the flesh. Like we're literally doing this, not in meditation, not in dream state. We're doing this as a walking, talking container of our soul that we call the human being. So I think it's important to mention that. And thank you for bringing it up.
That's alchemy, baby. That is exactly what we are here doing automatically all of the time. There's nothing that we have to do, no meditation, no nothing. We're doing automatically simply by being here already the job. And now, if we take it on a more human level, like really put it down to the human, and for example, for me, when you are presented a story, or when I am presented a story right now, I'm capable to see it from a higher perspective, observe it, and decide, do I like this story, or do I want to rewrite this story? Because that is what we are capable of, to rewrite everything can be changed. And when we start to remember this power, and when those beings start to come down that are super super high positive high frequency beings, it will shift things super quickly. We think that we need a lot of time, but it can go super quickly if many of us come together and start to, like tuning folks, tune our frequencies into one harmonic frequency. And this is what is going to happen now on a very, very large scale. And this is why art, music, frequencies, and coming together in community is so, so important. And to be able to speak with each other, to not, to connect, because it's really in the bonds of affection, in the togetherness where our power lies. And even though they will want to separate us more, we need to say no and come together. Together we can create and change things much faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And the together can be, we're sitting in the same room, we're doing this, we're doing some kind of project with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I do feel like that the expressions are very important. I always try to support that, on the Soulogy platforms with music, with art, anything that we're creating from our childlike wonder. And I think that's a big part of it too. Like, if we truly are that which we know we are, and we have the opportunity to create this in the physical experience, then this is a band of frequencies that we've had and that we got away from. And what I'm talking about is innocence, childlike wonder, curiosity. This is a place where it's blameless. There's nothing to blame. There's no one to blame. No one hurt us. We get this now, like you said, from the higher standpoint. And I do feel that there obviously are people that are struggling with the things that are coming up to the surface and the unconsciousness, the things that we have been unconscious of that we're afraid to admit. But
Yeah.
these are the biggest contributions we can make to ourselves, to each other, to the collective, to the mother, however you want to put it, is by cutting the bullshit and having that conversation with you and the mother, you and the soul, however you want to look at it, and saying, "Hey, I was an asshole, or I was mean to this person that I was with, or, and not to be in victim consciousness, but to accept all of the experiences as the gold that they are. This
Yes.
is the reason we came. We came to suffer. We came to feel pain. We came to feel the deep emotions of anger and envy and judgment and fear and everything. But we've come to the point now where we realize it's all the same golden particle material. It's all good. And the human perspective, which was based on fear, death, divisiveness, and separation, that was the illusion. That we faked ourselves out. So I don't know what it's going to look like. Do you have any? And I know there's no right or wrong answer, but I'm just curious. I quit asking people about what's going to happen and what's going to happen, but I don't know. To me, it feels like this whole thing is going to change like nothing, none of us could imagine, and very quickly. How do you feel about what's going to happen between now and the end of the year? Do you have any idea?
I'm asking my womb. Hmm. Um, it really depends on the next 2 days. There's various possibilities. I can only see for those that are on my frequency. So I don't want to say anything that would cause timeline clashes in the collective. So I really think that we hold the power right now to simply envision what we want to see in the world and feel and know that this is possible, and then act accordingly. And this is not only on the internet or writing about it or da da da. We need to start to take action in our communities and actually see and look in what is close to us, what it is that we can do. So I would again take it back really much to the human part and go away from the spiritual, because it's not separate, and we are separating those parts all of the time. It's really about the daily little mini teeny tiny actions, and it can be as little as just picking up that fucking cigarette that you have seen, but that you chose to just walk by and not pick it up. These simple small little actions is what causes the butterfly effect. So I cannot predict. I could, but I don't want to, because I want to take I don't want to take the responsibility and give it back to those who are watching. You form part of this. You have power as well. You have decision power, and it's in our hands. So take responsibility and create the future and be the future that you want to see. Easy.
Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Uh, yeah, and I can really appreciate what you're saying too, because you're right. One of the things that's really happened and really come to the surface this year with this powerful year that we've had has been self-sourcing, self-responsibility, self-accountability as a co-creator. And that's why we're seeing a lot of the old methods of teaching in these communities, they're starting to go away. People are starting to make their own choices and connect within themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate what you're saying. You're right. Thank you. And the other thing I'll follow up with you on, though, because it's not really predicting anything, is you mentioned the first thing you mentioned was the next 2 days. And then I looked down at one of the chats. I think it's YouTube. The 30th is a big day. The 31st is the Day of the Dead, in Mexico, right? And some of the Spanish countries. Halloween, whatever they call it in
Samhain.
Beltran, huh? Yeah.
Samhain.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it would make sense to me that, the calendars converge, Three Eye Atlas is closest to the sun. You have these dates and synchronicities. You just can't make this shift up. There's no way. So, is this the period where the veil is the thinnest and we can be more connected? Or is it ushering in this time when we will be? Because one thing I do kind of feel certain about, even though you never can be, but I feel pretty certain that whatever's coming now, everybody's going to feel it. Like there won't be any talk about it. It'll be like everybody, and it's going to be here, the heart, the mind, the soul, the conscious embodiment, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's feeling it. We're already seeing signs of that. I know I've had a lot of people on this year that have the same story that you have and I have. And, they woke up and everyone thought they were crazy, and they're following this little voice inside their head that's telling them this and telling them that. They're having miraculous things happen, you know. But what I've heard from people this year is, not all the time, but I've heard enough of it to know that people are being affected that aren't necessarily in a light worker circle or a starseed circle, so to speak. And that is like, oh, these people are approaching me, be it a family or an old friend, that they used to tell me I was crazy. Now they're coming to me and asking me, what the hell's going on? So I really feel like it's going to affect, everyone's going to be affected, noticeably affected. That's just my theory, whatever. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes to everything that you have said. And what I can say is what I have seen many times, more so experienced, was a lot of the cosmic mother's pain, like really deeply, deeply, deeply rooted pain. And in that moment, I was shown that many, many people will leave, will go. And it felt as if parts of me would disappear, and it was the biggest pain that I have ever experienced. And this is what I mean when I experience those feelings, is as her. They're really intense. So I know that this is going to happen, but nothing is lost. It's just a transformation of energy that is necessary. Otherwise, something similar to Atlantis or Lemuria could have happened again. And for now, I can say that this is not happening, and that I have seen something beautiful happening with the Sphinx. And the golden age being opened and golden rain dropping onto us. And I feel that not everyone is going to experience exactly the same thing, because there is another source as well here right now that is doing its thing. And we need to become aware as well of that. Yeah, we need to become aware of that and not ignore it and think everything is being changed now by this. We really need to focus on world topics that come up. It's not about your own personal healing anymore. You don't need to heal. There's nothing to do. You already done what you need to do. Right now, we need to focus our energy on global things. And it is crucial in certain areas, so that the timelines can actually come in and converge.
Yeah, that's a big one there. That's a big one because a big part of our wake up experiences for everybody has been, these things like 9/11 or false flags or COVID, things that are so off or so deceitful or so illusionary or full of lies or whatever, that it comes into our awareness and we begin to say, okay, that actually exists. Well, I think this is what you're talking about. It would
Yeah,
make sense to me because it's not like one thing, right? It's not like one element of ascension. You've got physical body, you got mental body, you got, new methods of communication, you've got technology. So there's all these things that are parallel. And to my point about you earlier, it is all sides of the spectrum. So if there is, uh, you know, if there is a way to try to like get my arms around what you're saying, and I believe you, is that we need for these things to come out into the open. Because once they register in our awareness with the level of collective consciousness and universal energy that we have with us, we can, like you said earlier, you can
we can
change just
decide.
like that. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
can
just,
decide.
that's right. And so if,
As soon as you know something, that's the thing that we have forgotten.
yeah,
Yeah, and that we're remembering now, that we can decide. So you see something, and
mm,
then you can actually decide, oh, instead of ignoring it or
yeah,
pushing it away, just look at it and decide, that's not, I do not comply, and actually say it out loud. It's like,
yeah,
I do not consent, I do not consent, I do not comply, I chose differently. And then focus your attention on what it is that you want to create. And this is the beautiful thing when we connect with the innocence that you mentioned before with the
yeah,
children, is they are creating all of the time. If we would all focus on creating that what we want and not focus on what it is that is wrong, but actually taking back our power and realizing that we do have something to say to that, and then just create something new. And this happens when you start to use your fingers and your body technology, which is what light language is. Light language is a remembrance of the body technology to create, to calibrate, to move the energy, to move, to wave, to weave dreams, to weave new realities, to we are we are bridging together, um, we're bridging together as alchemists two worlds into one. It's not that they're separate like that, they're happening at the same time, so we are automatically interlinked. What is happening now is that we are unhooking from a certain frequency band, and it's taken up a notch, an octave. So some people will simply not be able to see us anymore because our frequency will be too high. And this is where the spirit guides come in. Your spirit guides are actually you on another frequency band, and now you're able to see them. This is why so many people have an Instagram now. I'm a spirit guide. Yes, you are. And now you are, your other yous are actually able to see you because the frequencies of all the realities are coming together into the 0 point. Boof. And then all the forgotten worlds, like dragons, like fairies, like all the worlds that exist simultaneously right now, will be able to be visible for those who have cleared the water lens enough to look through the eyes of love. Because this is the pure love reality that exists, that has always been there, that we are always part of. We just have been hijacked to believe something else, and to experience a digital inorganic
Mm,
matrix world illusion. And this is
mm.
where we need to wake up to, that this is the jump that I've been speaking about, to truly let go of everything that you have known so far, to really jump off the healing train, jump off the I'm so spiritual train, jump off all of that, and just become really grounded and hug a tree. Like, this is all you have to do. Go out in nature and connect with her, because she is the one that decides, and she's ruthless, and she
Tell
will
me
be.
about
Yeah.
it. She doesn't take any prisoners. That's what I mean.
So it doesn't take
But
it, and that is the energy of the goddess as well.
yeah, yeah.
We we cannot afford this anymore.
Well,
You know.
and I think I feel that's a really good explanation. The way you gave the explanation, that's kind of similar to the way I say it, which is basically I refuse to participate. And I don't think I've ever really been able to explain my point of view. You did, and what you're saying is it's a choice. You know, we're energetic beings. It is important for these things to come into our awareness so we can acknowledge them and recognize them and then say, I'm not participating anymore. And
Yes.
then if the Wizard of Oz comes in and says, well, you agreed to this, well, this is the point about changing the past. Because maybe I did then, but I was unconscious or whatever the case was, or it was a past life or whatever the case was. But now I'm saying no more. Our world will not have this. And I really feel like that's the way the switch gets flipped. And
Yes.
I've had too many experiences, in my life, and you have, I'm sure, particularly this year, particularly since the 1st of June, since the summer started. I've had too many experiences, even in the last week. In the last week, I've had 4 or 5 episodes where I've been conscious on my feet, walking down the street, and getting so many downloads, or sitting at the beach, that I literally feel like I'm in plasma. I feel like that I'm in a lucid dream. I feel like I'm having a dimensional experience, but I'm not in dream state and I'm not in meditation, and it's not going away. Okay. And a big part of it is nature. Like I went to the beach the other night late, the sun was already down. I sat there for about 20 minutes. And then I thought, well, I'm going to go home. I'm hungry, you know. And the mother said to me, no, take your sandals off, go sit over there, stick your feet in the sand. I've got a message for you. And the message, like you said at the beginning of the show, it's hard to explain these things sometimes. You know, we're not going crazy. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here in these groups after all these years, because we never forgot to listen to that voice, even though we doubted ourselves and even though our insecurities came in. But when I sat there, everything started speaking to me. The waves, the way the color was hitting it, the way the darkness was speaking, the way the clouds were coming in, the way the lights were shining on the mountains. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff. I don't know what she was giving to me, but I do know that it's been happening more frequently, which means it's going to continue to happen like everything else that's been happening to us. Think about it. The downloads, the flares, everything that we've received over the years, it's gotten faster and faster and faster and bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're having activations sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. And then you got to take a nap for 4 hours in the middle of the afternoon after you slept for 10 hours the night
Then you
before.
need to detox, if
Yeah,
that's the case. Yeah.
yeah.
Get rid of the heavy metals, fast for a day.
Mm,
If you're tired, that is a sign that your body cannot cope well with the energies, and that you should move more or create more or
yeah.
detox or
Yeah,
all of it.
movement's good. Movement's real good. Um,
Yeah.
to me, it is. And then, like, okay, like the last 3 days, that's what I've done. I've not felt 100%. I've not felt bad, but I thought, I'm just going to work. I'm just going to create, do shows, make music, write songs, work on putting, reels out, whatever. And it really, really helps a lot. The movement thing is huge because, God, this just happened to me too. And I already told this story on a previous show, but this happened about 10 days ago, 10 days ago, 12 days ago, where I actually had a physical episode, and that's what the whole thing was about. It was I was awake the whole time. I thought I was going to have a seizure, and I was being shown all of this solid kind of heavy material being shot out of my body while this light came in, right? And again, it was a very big message for me, and I won't get into the story because I told it on another show, because it concerns my life from like 15 years old and walk-ins and stuff like that. But yeah, that was part of the message. Like, get used to this. This is what's going to happen now. But in order to be sensitive and aligned with this reality, you have to be aware and acknowledge everything, particularly in yourself. Okay, and be honest about it, and let the old worries and strife and planning and this and that go away, because that's how it operates. You don't own anything. And that's a big hook for people, I think, too. See, I don't own anything. I could put everything I have in one big duffel bag in a backpack. But I understand the power of this. This is the way that abundance comes into alignment and abundance is received, is to be in gratitude, to be open, and to have that at this time, to have that conversation between you and the universe be real deep, brutally honest, straight up, direct, no bullshit. Okay, and even if I tell you something, or I say, oh, this is who I am, or this is what I've learned, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything what somebody else thinks. It's what you know within your connection and conversation and communion with the universal. And this is coming in our form in this body. Yeah, this body is 0 point, right? It is that place you're talking about where everything comes, the two come in, right? Thanks.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you.
Well, we're just playing. We're weaving, right? We're
Yeah.
co-creating. That's what you
Um,
talked about. It's what you talked about. It just takes different forms,
yes,
right?
I love it. I love it. I love how you weaved it. I was just laughing a little bit because I sometimes you shapeshift and it's it's like okay. I don't know if the others can see it.
Uh,
Um, yes, yes to all. I want to emphasize again saying no, no in general is actually a portal, a portal word that many of us, specifically the light workers and the empaths, have not said a lot. And we need to start saying no, 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 no. And you're absolutely right. The true abundance, and this is also a paradigm shift that I feel is happening right now, is moving away from having this fixation of that abundance is only money, But abundance truly is having this connection with yourself, with others, in community, and being connected to this golden frequency of the new earth, which is free energy. The fifth element that you talked about, the ether, is because we are ether beings. We are plasma beings. We are plasma lights. And when you enter back into the sea or into the ether sea, then you are automatically infinitely abundant, because everything that you desire is already given freely. But to connect to that current, you also need to start to act in that way. Yeah. So changing away the focus of only of thinking that you need money to survive. Maybe switch this story and try to tell yourself another story and saying, no, I actually don't want to be needing to work to survive. I choose to be able to do what I love, to be able to live freely. And this choice needs to be an internal choice. And the more of us do that, the more
Yeah.
beauty is created. Because what we really truly desire to do is our inner children, our cosmic children, is to create, to have fun, to make music, to make art, to dance. And this actually will be the medicine of the future. Because as you said before, many, many, many will wake up now, and there will be so much work for us, but there's new ideas, the missions are being activated of new ways of healing that we are remembering, because our manifestations, that our desires are not really desires that need to be created. They are simply memories. We are remembering now that this is actually going to happen next, and the only thing we need to do is freaking allow it to happen, and that's it. Relax your body. So focus away from being worried every time. And it happens to me too. I'm human. I go through my ups and my downs, and I had every time I go down, 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 down. It's not easy sometimes just to allow it and say, okay, fuck, I'm fucked up. Like, I don't know anything anymore. I don't even know who I am anymore. I doubt myself. I doubt the world. I wanna cease to exist. And in this point, and when you go all the way down, and instead of hooking onto it and identifying with this version of yourself, you remember you have just you can decide. And then this version of yourself, you can look at it with so much love, because it was that version that protected you for so many years. It's our inner warrior, our inner protector, that was in this fight or flight mode. And we need to talk to that version of ourselves, forgive that version of ourselves for acting. We only wanted the best for ourselves, not to die, because we thought we were going to die. So this part of me is the false self, is the illusion self that we need to let go of, because we are free. We were never meant to be suffering. We were never meant um, to experience karma. Yeah, it's also a program that is all a part of the false grid that is now dissolving. And in that process of alchemy, and we are here the ones, the way showers, the alchemists, the artists, we are the ones that are alchemizing this constantly. And every time you create, you're automatically bringing in the world of the unseen into the seen, which is the feminine into the masculine, and vice versa. Creation and dance is actually weaving together both energies, and those both energies need to be in harmony within you and in union within you, in order for the fifth element to rise, which is unconditional love. So we need to focus basically just on doing things, changing the focus away, just not from our personal life, and see what is happening around us, get involved in our communities, and start acting now and start making decisions. That's very human to say. And it's so weird for me, because I'm like super galactic with my light language and all of that. But that's what I have realized. It's really about bringing that all here to this moment, and create from here,
Yeah,
from the
that's yeah, that's the way I see it. is it's like you said earlier, you know, you pick up that piece of trash that you walked past a bunch of times.
Hello? Todd? Hmm. He's gone. I don't know if to stay on or what to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you another painting. If you're on, I don't know if everything is off or what. But I'm just going to show you this painting. And wait. Tanusiri Itria Shune. I'm going to tell you a story. You see this? This is an ocean heart, and it's a seed from a tree that grows by the rivers in Costa Rica. And when I was there was a tree that was growing from the stone. And all around this tree were these little hearts. This one doesn't look so much like a heart, but there's others that really look like hearts. And yeah, I was guided to pick a couple of them up. And when I was oh my God, so beautiful. There's like symbols on it. When I was around Costa Rica doing my grid work, there was always one that I was leaving around until one day I realized that they were representing heart seeds. I
That's
think
crazy.
God is back again.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Keep going.
You were gone.
Yeah, I know I was gone. You know how it is in Mexico. Sometimes the power goes out.
Oh, you're in Mexico?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tani.
I'm in Mexico. Yeah. I've been here for like 15 months. I thought I was going back 2 weeks ago, but I was told don't go anywhere. I don't know
Yeah.
for how long, but to me it felt like 2 months. Like don't go
Okay.
anywhere till the middle of December because right now there's a whole bunch of stuff going down and you just want to stay still.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell you what you do from there. So I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, let's see. Let's be surprised. Now I was just making some time and telling people about my ocean heart. It's literally this thing is called. It's a seed that I got in Costa Rica.
Mm.
I got many of them, but I remembered the power that they hold, or they told me. So actually, they used to be in ancient times when you had one of those. They used to be like one of the most potent magical items you could have. And they bring a lot of luck, and they represent your heart seeds. So they travel across the ocean for weeks and weeks and weeks without destroying them, without being destroyed. And then this is how they travel across really, really big distances and reproduce themselves in other places. So those seeds I have been planting all around the world, and I took them without knowing anything about them. I took a bunch of them, and today I was on a mountain that is where I live underneath, which is called the Gold Mountain. And I've been trying 3 years to go up to the very top of this place. There is a portal there that I'm guardian of, an entrance to the inner earth. And every time I wanted to go up, something happened. And today I said, today is the day I'm going up. And I took one of those heart seeds. I made my intention. I made my offering with sacred tobacco to the spirit of the mountain. I went up, and suddenly I go, and I'm like, where am I? I didn't even know where I was, because I have seen pictures from my friends that were up, and they look completely different to where I was, but I couldn't go further up. So I was like, okay. So I just continued walking, and I came to a big stone. And first, because there was like a little pathway that led me there, and various trees that told me where to go. But then I came to the stone, and I wanted to go by the stone and continue, but the stone told me, no, here's the end. So I stopped and listened, and then I looked at the stone. It was literally, I have made a video about it on TikTok. You can see it. It looks literally like a booty, like this. It's literally my portal coming through, because this is also the portal I'm currently painting with the Cosmic Mother, about the womb, coming back to the womb of creation. And it looked like this part, the vagina in this stone, and then underneath was an entrance. And then suddenly I understood that this is the entrance to the origin, to the inner earth. Inside goes through the cosmic, back through the cosmic womb of creation. And I was led back to the womb of creation. I got the biggest download I have ever received there from the stone. And then it told me that these kind of stones exist all over the world. Those are the thresholds, the entrances, the portals back to our star, back home. And so I put my hand inside, and she said that this is meant to be now a sacred place where women can come. And they showed me all a ritual. I remembered, or they showed me, I cannot really tell, a ritual to do to become fertile again. Yeah, because one of the biggest problems that we will face is infertility, due to what has been done to us, and what is happening right now in the hospitals of the world, which is in some countries we have 90% C-sections. This is incredible what is happening there, and this is where we need to go to the origin, so that we need to protect the children very, very badly. And this is something really serious. So this is also part of my mission. Anyways, the things that are counteracting this now are places like this. They showed me a ritual to be able to heal your infertility, which is what happened to me. I was healed by her, by the goddess, and through my art. So I have received the MAP process with it, which is the multidimensional art medicine process, which is having a ceremony. Like if you would take ayahuasca, only through art, with water as the medicine, which is also what I bring as a water priestess. I remembered how important it is to work with the water. To how you treat the water is how you treat the goddesses, how you treat the divine, how you treat life, and all of these remembrances need to come back now. And anyways, I was there, received all this download, talked with a magic heather plant that was there, and this is also an opener for fertility, and fertility not only in having babies, but also connecting with what it is that you are here to birth. Because if you're seeing this right now, if you're seeing us right now, and you have connected with our frequency, it's because you're ready to step into your next level of mission. I'm a mission activator. And mission does not have to mean something super extraordinary. It can also just simply be that you discover that you really like to do something practical, and that this thing can actually help somebody. And then you just try to do things, and suddenly you are the container for a new idea, for new inventions. And all of these new inventions, which are not new, we are remembering them, are waiting for people to execute them. So this is what is going to happen now more and more. And if you're seeing this, is because you form part of those way showers, of those bridge holders, frequency holders that are actually dreaming the new, or remembering what was always there in them.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good summation. And
Yeah.
that's right. And another things I've noticed in the last year or two is a lot of practitioners and healers, have changed the things they do. Like we've let go of the things that we were shown and guided to do and serve with, and then they all went away. And now we're creating, like from the new. The other thing is that seed that you're showing us, that's not a rock. That's a seed.
That's a seed. And
Yeah.
actually,
You know why? You know why? I remember I grew up on South Texas, in the on the on the island. I didn't grow up on the island, but we had a beach there, and I remember these things. I remember they're brown. I can see a little bit, but they're like a brownish color.
yeah,
And
brown.
yeah, and I remember they had that little hole there, right?
Yeah.
I
It's
never.
like
What do they
this
come?
one
Do they
doesn't look
come out
like
of a? Do they
heart,
come out
but
of
they
a
look
sea
like
plant
heart.
or what? I wonder. Do they come out of a sea plant or what?
No, it's a tree.
A tree. Okay,
Yeah, it's a tree.
that's wild. That's
Really
wild.
magical tree. So the tree that I got this from, he was growing, he was huge. I have a video about it, and I'm gonna make another one. And he was growing solely on stone.
Hmm.
Really incredible. And yeah, so those things are coming back. Our magical things are coming back. The conchas, our instruments that we used to have to call in the others, to clear energies, to open up portals. Our supernatural abilities are going to come on much stronger. And I am even allowed to say that things like teletransportation and
Yeah, I
um,
agree. I agree. There's
my
there's
body
no yeah.
traveling will be available to us.
There's no way that we can be restricted in our travel. I
No,
don't care what the world looks like. I don't care. We're free souls. We're the free energy of the universe, and we're embodying, you know, and so that's going to reflect in our experience. And whether that means we turn into light bodies before we can do it or not, I don't know. But whatever it is, whatever's going on, instant. We talked about this for years, right? People will come on and say instant manifestation. We're going to have instant manifestation. I don't think we knew what we were talking about. Instant manifestation is when, like you said, you just go, no, okay, I see that, I recognize it. No, that's not going to be part of this world anymore. Period. We don't have to go out and march or protest or boycott or overthrow a government. We don't. All we have to do is do it right here and say, no, no, my heart is in alignment with my mind, and I'm saying no more. Not to mention, we're getting these memories back And the memories are far bigger than just remembering like memories of yesterday or a past life. They're memories of the way we function, you know, the way we walk through a universal experience, the way we walk through seeding the planet and seeing it through until it comes to the point that it's come to. So this is extremely exciting. I can't even imagine what this is going to look like by the end of the year. But you know what? I'm more focused on what's happening right now,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, because that seems to be the way it works too, is be present where you're at right now
Yes.
and be open to getting some direction or guidance that doesn't make any sense and
Yeah.
do it anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the message that I got, exactly that message today, because I didn't go to the top and I was like resisting. No, I wanted to go to the top, but they led me to a completely different place that was even more magical. So it is really about being just where you are in this moment right now. And what you said something really important. I cannot remember, but it is as well about I lost what I wanted to say. What did you mention about the
Hmm.
sorry, I'm just listening to so many
Oh no,
people
it's okay. Hey,
here.
this is what happens. No, I was just talking about you know, it's become obvious that to be present, you know, we talk about this. We talk about being present. We talked about over the years, you know, you got to be present. You got to be present. But there is something else going on with that. Not only do you have the highest potential of awareness so you can see what's being shown to you,
Yeah,
but it also, the more present you are, at least it's the way I'm feeling, is the more powerful I become.
yeah,
Like my alchemy, my magic, my miraculous nature, my creativity, my sacred sexuality, my love, my heart, my understanding, my connection and communication and communion with other aspects of myself that are getting closer and closer and closer. And a lot of them have already entered the body. I know this for myself. You know, I'm not saying that I'm done by any means, but when I can go out to the beach here, to the bay, and I can see two sirens, you know, like mermaid things, or I can see these crazy colors come up in the water, these weird kind of a blue color that I recognize. It's like a memory because I recognize going into the ocean to where the people of the deep blue are, was what I would call them. And you would go into the ocean and you would go through a stargate, and then the water would turn this wild blue color, and the people
yeah.
were blue. I was blue, you know,
Yay!
yeah. I was just looking, I know, I was just looking at that. See there? Yeah. See, there's no mistakes. There's no mistakes.
That
That's
is
incredible. That's
great.
incredible, by the way. That's an incredible
Yeah,
piece of art.
and it glows in the dark. Let me show you.
It glows in the dark. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not dark enough, but it
Yeah.
does glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Look.
So do you have your, yeah, do you have your art online for people to like purchase prints or originals?
Yes, yes, I do. But I want to, before I say something,
Yeah.
what you said about manifesting, I just want to mention that because so many got it so wrong. Um, we are not really manifesting. Yeah, it's not us. And this is where a very important factor comes in that we need to do right now, which is relax. So when you relax your body and you surrender and you let go of control and you understand that when you have a desire, what you think you're manifesting is actually you're not doing anything. It is you are remembering that this is the next thing that is going to happen to you. So you don't need to chase anything nor do anything. There's nothing you have to do, but not to stand in the way of it arriving and coming to you.
Yes.
And this is what I have been struggling with a lot. Uh, before, and that I feel that now has changed is that I have allowed myself to relax. And this is the gift that art has given me, is to be present, to allow myself to make mistakes, to allow myself to just be. It has opened up. It has opened me up like nothing that I've done before. And I've been on this path since many, many years, since I'm small. But consciously, like on this awakening path or healing path for many years, I have done all sorts of stuff. And the one thing that has opened me up to my true self, which is for me, our artist self, our inner creator, our innocent golden child, is art and dancing and music and sound, and the simple things, human connections that have mirrored me, the beautiful things as well, not only the bad things. And those are the things that have forged me. So my art is available as print soon. It's not yet. Some originals are open now to be purchased. I'm not gonna sell a lot of originals, but some are available, and you can see them on my website. I have all my art open for everyone, and my art are portals. So if you take your time to dive into them, who knows where you might end up? Maybe the ocean.
So, yeah, this has been a powerful 90 minutes. We'll have to get together again sometime and continue this conversation and see what, see what comes here in the
I love
next, month or so, I just want to give a shout out to the X platform. We have been on since last September and haven't really done much with it, and we haven't got a lot of attention. Not that I look at those things for proof or validation, because the universe told me a long time ago, don't pay attention to that. But I do want to recognize it, because for the last 2 or 3 shows, we're beginning to pull more and more people there, which I only look at that as an energetic sign. And the fact that we came together, and I think we've got more people, we got 12 people watching us there on X. That's the first time for us. So that's a great sign. And I just want to thank everybody. Yeah. So I really, really think that we should probably continue this conversation again in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. See what happens, see what's going on, and I feel like we've kind of got maybe halfway through it, and there's a lot to be shared, I believe, if you're okay with it.
Yes, I would love to. It's an honor for me. You are a memory that I suddenly had. So I felt, or I knew it since the first time I saw you, that your mission is also much bigger than you think.
But, it's possible. It's possible. You try to remain humble, uh, but I feel like that I'm comfortable with that statement, and I'm saying that not just because of myself, but because I think a lot of people are coming into the same thing. And what I mean by that is, look, I mean, if you look at the surface of so many of our lives, uh, like I said, I don't have much. I don't, but I have everything, right? I mean, I'm not afraid to proceed without money or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, because of that, I can sense, like what you're saying. I can sense it more. I can believe it more. I can be it more. It all seems to be kind of going to the same place. And the other reason is because other people are meeting me there, or I'm meeting them there, like we're doing today. So,
Well, it's your choice. You can either take what I say or you can believe it, and it's your choice. So if it serves you, then it's a
yeah,
beautiful thing. If it
yeah.
doesn't serve you, you can simply ignore it.
Oh
And
no.
that's what we can do all the time. And this is why it's so powerful to be in connection with somebody that truly desires the best for you, and that sees your highest potential,
That's
because
true.
that is what I'm projecting onto you, and that is what I desire for you. And your heart tells me that it is ready.
Yeah, my heart's ready. Everything's ready.
Yes.
And yeah, that's another thing too, is, I don't know if it's so obvious, but judgment is leaving us. Self-judgment, judgment of others, projecting on others. And I really like what you said, not because it was about me, but because I feel like this is the kind of feeling and projection that people are having now because of our expanded awareness, which is, I do want the best for you. I
Yes.
see the best in you. I
Yes.
see myself in you,
Yes.
and it's becoming more and more frequent that I'm having these types of exchanges. We got another show coming up in, let me just look real quick. It's coming up in about 4 hours. Yeah, so it's not till later. Yeah, a sister out of New Zealand, I think. That's
Oh,
got a that's got a hell of a story. Yeah, she's got a hell of a story. Like a lot of sisters, went through a lot of trauma and stuff like that.
no.
But yeah, I just want to thank you again for coming in. And if you'll just hang around a second, we can schedule something right now.
Okay.
But I'm going to turn the live stream off. Thank you, everybody. YouTube, Facebook, X. If these shows resonate with you,
Love you, me.
consider yeah, and if these shows resonate, please share. We've been suppressed for quite some time, so if you could share it to a page or a group, that'd be great. And consider supporting us with a contribution so we can keep doing this every single day. But I'm not worried about that because we are riding a huge wave of abundance, and we're all part of it. But yeah, so thanks again for coming in and just sit tight there.